Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Pedagogical leaders.
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon.
So, good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm sure about that कि today's session you will enjoy. On Saturday, I could not join, so I'm sorry for that because there was a meeting, LMC meeting at that time, and I could not join. So, I'm sorry from my side. And Mr. Dhiraj is the resource person today, and topic is pedagogical leadership. So, a teacher should be a pedagogical leader. Unless or until you know about that method of teaching, how transfer your knowledge into the classroom effectively, unless or until you know the leadership quality, you cannot develop. So pedagogy is something better. So one should be pedagogical leader inside the classroom. And I'm sure about that today Dhiraj will interact in a very proper way. I will observe Dhiraj. Best of luck. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I hope I am audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, warm good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, as my topic is teacher is a pedagogical leader. So, as we all are internal quest for knowledge. The status of teacher reflects socio-cultural ethos of society, as it is said that no people can rise above the level of their teachers. So a lot of responsibility has been given by society to us. Hence, teacher has to play multiple role in teaching learning process, maybe as a manager, facilitator, counselor, producer, leader, friend, philosopher, guide, and so on. We, the teacher, has to maintain and manage all activities in the classroom that are designed around a learner, as the learner is the center of teaching learning process. If learners are not getting, our entire work is of no use. So the most important for a teacher is to use his or her teaching skill effectively, as his content knowledge will be of no use if she is not able to present the topic concerned to the students in a systematic way, in an interactive way, in an interesting way. A good teacher is one who can make maximum use of minimal resources available to teach the student to provide a joyful learning experience. So a teacher has to be most importantly an expert in teaching skill, which will help them to present the content knowledge they had to their concerned subjects in the best possible way. As such, students are able to understand and there is learning outcome. Also, the teacher has to be on a good rapport with the students so that students can share their problems with their teachers. Being a teacher, we should be friendly to them. As such, they can come forward freely to us with their problems, with their doubts, without any hesitation. Usually, in a normal classroom, it is observed, even the research says, the students who are lagging behind in scholastic or co-scholastic area, one of the root cause is they don't have confidence. And why they don't have confidence, if we look into it, somewhere we the teachers are responsible. Because we have not given them the platform. We have not boosted up their confidence. So it is our duty to see that each and every child gets an opportunity, is within observation of the concerned teacher. We have to see that they are participating in various activities. We have to motivate them. We have to sit with them. We have to spare time for them. So, sitting in the classroom, learning information is rapidly disappearing. Traditional mode of teaching is not at all accepted in the present day world. Innovative ways are needed to engage the learning process and to increase content knowledge to the students is very badly needed. In fact, the school will not sustain if the teachers are not teaching in an innovative way. And in the present day world of pandemic, the children's, the parents, they are exposed to various platforms, maybe Byju's, Vedantu, Extra Marks, YouTube, and many more, where they are getting materials on various topics in a much better way. So if we are not ready to upgrade ourselves, they are not going to accept us, and they will be more inclined towards those sources called Byju's, Vedantu, Extra Marks, and so on. So the need of the hour is to see that we are following innovative practices. We are sharing those practices with each other. As such, the best presentation can be given to the students in their teaching, in their learning process. The 3 C's of education, when we do talk about, is must in the present day world. There's a lot of focus on communication skill, collaboration, creativity, use of technology in order to learn, solve problem, and think creativity. So let us move to the very first slide. As the topic is teacher is a pedagogical leader.
जाके पूछ
So
नहीं
far,
खुला तो रह जाके पूछ के आ जाओ
इससे कुछ है
वहाँ
please
तो
mute
है
your mic.
इंक्वायरी में जाओ 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 2 मिनट जल्दी पूछ के आओ।
Please mute your mic.
घुस के जाने तरफ
You all are requested to mute your mic.
पूछ भी नहीं सकते हो घुस के पूछना चाहिए ना हमको पूछेगा अभी गए जाएंगे तो 2 मिनट पूछ लेते हैं।
Rita ma'am, you are requested to mute your mic. So teacher is a pedagogical leader. The entire teaching learning success depends on teacher. It leads, guide and support the teaching and learning processes in the school by focusing upon classroom specific requirement for transacting the curriculum so that both teachers and students perform at their optimal best. As a teacher, our management do have a lot of expectation from us. The parents too have a lot of expectation from the teachers because they too have a lot of expectation from their children. And if we are not ready to upgrade ourselves, if we are not going to give them the best, their liking, their interest toward arts will go on decreasing, and they may look for alternative sources. So direct the entire focus of all school activities towards the student learning and acquiring of necessary competencies. Every activity taken up by the school, therefore, should be mapped for the academic competencies and for the life skill, values, etc., being acquired by the students. We don't have only to run behind marks. We have to see whether the values of life is developing among the children or not. Emotional bonding, social skills, how they are behaving with their peers. These all are part and parcel in the holistic development of students, not only marks. So the teachers has to sit together subject-wise, collectively, as per comfort, and they must prepare annual pedagogical plan for the school by designing and developing annual plan for the school by giving equal importance to scholastics and co-scholastic areas. And the new education policy talks a lot about it. If you move into new education policy deeply, it is dead against rote learning. It is giving more importance to creativity, critical thinking. And as a result of that, there should be a balance between scholastic as well as co-scholastic areas. And if this balance is there, then only we may expect holistic development of the child. So we have to promote innovative pedagogy with special focus on integrating art, sports, and ICT. CBSE is focusing a lot on art integrations in every class. So we have to promote such pedagogy where we do see integrating art, sports, and ICT with education and use active experiential learning method in the classroom. We have to teach in such a way that many of the complicated topics in which children are facing difficulty, they may learn by doing it, learning by doing. A lot of focus is on this method of teaching too. Overall, being a teacher, it is our responsibility to see that there is a joyful learning atmosphere in the class. Teachers are using all possible innovative pedagogy in the teaching learning process. It seeks to re-establish students with sense of place and recognize the opportunity of learning in and from local community setting using neighborhood as specific context for experiential and problem-based learning. And when we do talk about various approaches under innovative pedagogy, we do have some specific like constructivist, collaborative, integrative, reflective, inquiry-based learning. Now, when we talk about constructive, it helps learners to construct their own understanding of the world around them based on their experience as they live and grow. When we talk about collaborative, please mute your mics. When we talk about collaborative, it is an educational approach to teaching and learning that involves group of learners working together to solve a problem or to complete the given task and so on. Lot of focus is being given in new education policy in this. Then you have got integrative. It provides learners with a learning environment that helps them to make connection of their learning across curricula. Then reflective is equally important, where they will go for self-evaluation. And in the present day, when we come to know rote learning is not at all appreciated. So we have to encourage inquiry-based learning. Please mute your mic. So inquiry-based learning is the need of hour. So inquiry requires more than simply answering the questions or getting right answers. We must give them such projects, works related to experiment, field study, in which they can go for investigation, they can explore various sites, they can go for research, and they may have many questions while going through those particular activity, and they may put forward to us, and we have to provide them the helping hand. As such, they can understand what is being taught to them easily. We have to develop school-specific resources for teaching and learning in the form of lesson plan, e-content, use of mathematics and science kits developed by NCERT, etc. And various sources are on internet. We have to go for small search. We have to identify the relevant videos. We can form a small library of those videos, and when required, we can show them to the students. Because many times when they see something, they understand it very easily. So we have to develop those resources, and it is not responsibility of a particular teacher. It needs again a collaboration. In a particular subject, there are many teachers. They should sit together and develop such materials which can be used in teaching learning process, which can be used to present the lesson in an interesting, interactive way. So we have to ensure proper in-house training of the teachers in the school to enable them to unleash their own unique capabilities and creativity in their classroom. And right now, that is what we are doing. CBSE has given a lot of focus on in-house training. CBSE itself is conducting one after another so many training. The question over here arises, why? Why so many training is being done by CBSE or by Sahodaya or by any other organization? Our ultimate goal as a teacher is to transfer the learning to the classroom, which is unfortunately not happening to that very extent as much is expected by CBSE, by school management, by parents, and hence these all are very badly needed. Pedagogical approaches are often placed on the spectrum from teacher-centered to learner-centered pedagogy. Again, I repeat, from teacher-centered to learner-centered pedagogy. Whatever we are doing as a teacher, that is for our student. And if it is not reaching to the student, the entire effort is of no use. So why should we go for learner-centered pedagogy? This approach has many associated terms like constructivist, student-centered, active participation, and so on. In it, learners play an active role in the learning process. Student uses their prior knowledge and new experiments to create knowledge. And overall, if we do so, it creates the wonderful conditions of learning. There is no fear, there is no hesitation. Whatever things are coming in their brain, they are putting forward to their respective teachers. And teachers too are taking it sportingly. Because the teaching methodology today is learner-centered pedagogy. We have to be a good listener. Sometimes it may happen a student is trying to answer and he has done some grammatical mistake, or maybe he has gone wayward. Some of the teacher may scold them. It may happen the class starts laughing at that particular child, and then after he loses his or her confidence, and then after that never comes back. So we have to keep an eye on it. We should see such type of thing is not happening in our class. We have to provide them the platform to speak, even if they are wrong. We have to encourage them. How many times they will be wrong? Once, twice, thrice, then after? They will be on the track. So to be up to date with all new ideas and tools, this is what CBSA is doing. They are developing our skills. As such, we can present our lesson in a much better way, in an interesting way. So we have to take all these sessions very seriously because they are going to make us a much better teacher than before. So to be up to date with all new ideas and tools, etc., being used in education at the global level and constantly innovate the pedagogy of the school. And here, again, collaboration is very, very important. A particular teacher may have expertise in one area, but may be weak in other area. If the two sits together, both will be equally good. So the teachers should sit together to see, to discuss how new innovative ideas can be presented. The planning can be prepared, as well the students can be benefited. We are going to discuss in the coming slides about those. To make efforts to learn from best practices of other schools by arranging for discussion with teachers of such schools or through observation visits of teachers to other schools. Now here usually we do see one word comes in between, that is ego. How can I ask? What he will think about me? This type of feelings and thoughts we have to keep aside. If I do know Mr. X presentation on this particular topic is much better, students are appreciating, then I must sit with Mr. X. I must ask how he is teaching. As such, if there is something positive in the concerned teaching, there is no harm to accept it in my teaching. So we must not hesitate. We should sit with each other. If needed, with permission of management, they can visit to other schools. Because the ultimate goal of we teachers, maybe we are from this school or that school, is to see that our children are successful in their life. They are good citizens of the country. And hence we must not hesitate. We must not be egoist. We should come together to work in this noble field. As such, the children can get best out of it. So a suggestive list of activities is given below only with the purpose of initiating school to take up the exercise of annual pedagogical planning. These are suggestive. More can be added. Some can be removed. It totally depends. So being a teacher, basic information about the school must be with each and every teacher. You must not say it is not my responsibility. I'm a teacher of geography, so my job is just to teach geography. Rest is not my responsibility. No. Being a teacher, you are part of that school and you have to have the basic information of school. The vision and mission, the focus of the school, the details of stakeholders, who are our stakeholders. Because from there also we may get many resources which can be used for the betterment of the school. Consultation and discussion held for preparing the annual plan. Not only we have to prepare the annual plan, we have to see that is being followed also. Goals to be achieved. Annual and long-term plans for the school. What are the different activities we are going to do in the coming month? Which classes will participate in that? What is the culture of the school? The economic and academic resources available, which can be used easily by us, number of grades, grade-wise number of subjects, subject-wise number of instructional modules, this all should be prepared in advance. As such, in the entire session, we are not facing any such problem. So timetable should be prepared in a balanced way. That is very important in teaching learning process. We should see that there is a particular proper balance among them. As such, no one is extremely overloaded, because that creates a lot of problem murmuring. So when we are entering into the classroom, our mindset should be totally positive. Pedagogical solutions. How curriculum shall be transacted in each grade for each subject module, specific teaching, learning techniques, and so on. The teachers of a particular subject, maybe social science, they all should sit together. Maths, they all should sit together. English, they all should sit together, and they should prepare a plan. As such, common thing is going in each and every section. Then assessment tools and rubrics for each class and each subject is very badly needed, which is unfortunately not being done in a systematic way. Many a time assessment is being given, and this is not my words, these are the words of CBSE. Assessment is being given, but is not properly evaluated. And if it is not properly evaluated, the children are not knowing what more they have to add or to subtract. As such, their presentation can be better than before. Assessment of aptitude and learning needs of each child and ensuring availability of need-based instructional facilities is very badly needed. So it needs a proper planning over there too. Assessment training needs of teachers and staff at all levels. CBSE has already started it, is taking it very seriously. Now, in Sahodaya also, regular webinars on various topics is in process. Hopefully, it will be continued in near future also. So, in-service training topics and schedules. Now here, the teacher may also request to their management that on which topic they want webinar. As such, the webinar's outcome can reach to the classes. Sometime it may happen a particular topic is being there and you are not interested too, so you have joined it. But physically, you are present, but mentally you are not present. And you are not learning anything. So it's very important to see that when in-service training programs is going to be started for the next session, the teacher should come forward with the topics that on these topics we want discussions or webinars. As such, those webinars can be more successful. Now, the next is extremely important, coordination with parents, community and board, because school runs on it. If we don't have a good coordination with the parents, we will never get feedback, because it is parents who provides feedbacks. The positive part of the schools, the negative part of the schools, we are getting from parents. So if some parents are providing some negative feedback, we must not take it negatively, we must take it positively, because they are providing that feedback. What for? As such, our school, our teaching learning process may further improve. So a good coordination is needed with parents, with community, and we have to be in touch with boards. So many circulars are coming from the board. It is the duty of the teachers teaching CBSE school to go through those circulars. Many a time we skip, oh, it is of maths, I'm not a maths teacher, what should I go for? No, at least we should go for a glance. Even in maths, what is happening? In science, what is happening? Then the school people's well-being is of utmost importance. It is the responsibility of the class teachers, the subject teachers to see that a healthy environment is there in the school. There may be indiscipline cases or any such where counseling is needed. And particularly for the adolescents, they very badly need counseling. If not, they move to the wrong track or they may go to the wrong sources to collect informations. So counselors are also very badly needed. Personal hygiene. These all are the areas which must be discussed at regular interval with the students. As such, they should be on the right track. Then we need many supporting activities for their holistic developments, which includes co-curricular activities. Many sports, games, debate, declamation, quiz. There are various other options which should run side by side for the overall development of the children, of the school. Now, how to take care of diversity in the class? We must not think that there is diversity in the class. All fingers are not alike, so it is obvious every child in the class won't be same. What here we have to do? We have to identify who are the underperformers, who are the slow learners, who are the students who are indisciplined. And we have to sit with them in a friendly atmosphere. We have to talk with them. We have to listen to them. We have to be a very good listener. Many a time we are dictating on them. That must be stopped. If someone is indulged in any indisciplined activity, we have to patiently deal with such students. If they get our support, 99% chances is that they will improve. And if we keep on saying them, no, you are bad, the others are saying bad, so child loses hope that no one is there. He finds himself in a situation of helplessness, which must not happen among the children. Then there is requirement of remedial classes for the underperformers whose academic is slightly slow. They need individual care. In a normal classroom, many a time it happens, the students who are good in studies, they dominate the class. Even if we are saying, giving opportunity to each and every child, yes, if you have got any confusion, any problem, anywhere, you can ask. But usually, do ask. And the students who are struggling to pass, in hesitation, they don't ask. For such student, separate classes must be arranged at regular interval of time to boost their confidence. As such, they can also improve in their academics. Then in our plan, we should have our annual themes, which are the things which we are going to celebrate, which events we are going to celebrate. We should have collaboration with other schools too. Suppose one school is organizing a science exhibition, they must invite the students of other school, not in mass, but at least 100, 200. They must invite the teachers of other schools. And again, I repeat over here, if such people are coming to such activities, feedback must be collected. And if they provide any negative feedback, that should be taken positively. Usually, we do think, how can they say? But we have to take it positively, because if they are providing us any negative feedback, it is we who is going to be benefited. Because in coming days, we will try to convert those negative into positives. Then community outreach, the children should be given opportunities to move to neighboring areas, maybe for social work, maybe to create awareness, say, for example, say no to polythene, follow traffic law. Even we may carry to these children to Buharanpur, where a lot of things are coming up related to Buddhism, Pal dynasty. Usually the children of Hazaribag have never seen this type of things, but in Hazaribag we are getting them. Then all those special events which is to be organized in the year, should be prepared in advance. Number of meetings to be held for implementation of plan. This is the most important part. Implementation. It's very easy to make plans, but whether it is being implemented or not, that should be cross-checked at regular interval of time. In the month of April, our target was to do ABC. Whether we have completed those ABC or not, if completed, what was the success rate? If we have not completed, what could be the possible reason due to which it was not completed? Because in May we have some other things. So if we don't go according to the plan, we have to skip many of the things which we had thought for betterment of students. And if we carry forward it to the other month, it will be overloaded. So plan has to be made in a proper way, and we have to see the school is running according to that plan. So annexes such as details of timetable, remedial classes, peer learning, subject and language taught, guidelines for child safety, etc. These all are needed in the pedagogical plan. So to implement pedagogical plan, teachers are required to do the following. So coming to number 1, prepare their own structure for annual pedagogical plan and implementation calendar as suggested above. So if I'm a social science teacher and suppose I'm talking about class 9th, so I have to make a plan in April, May, June, July, which chapters we are going to teach. We have to see we are moving according to that plan or not. In between, what were the different activities related to the subject, in which month, which activity we are going to do. Say for example, in class 9 there is a chapter natural vegetation, where children comes to know maximum part of India is dominated by deciduous vegetation. So we can assign these activities in the month of mid-January to mid-February. Because when they will be doing this particular assignment, and if they see the trees around the school, their house, its surrounding, they will find there is mass shedding of leaves. And they will understand what is deciduous. They will make an inquiry why in this month only the trees are shedding their leaves. In June, July, we can teach the chapter climate. I'm talking about geography in general, in different subjects. Needs are different, but some of the things may coincide. And therefore, when we are planning the calendar for the whole year, we have to keep these things also in mind. Say the month of August can be perfectly utilized by the teacher of history, Independence Day. And students of 8th, 10th, 12th, they all have to study about India's freedom struggle. So those are the months in which we can assign some work related to freedom struggle. To prepare project on some of the freedom fighters, unknown heroes. When we talk about freedom struggle, it's not related to few names. There are many who didn't got that name and fame. Maybe in Hazaribag there is a freedom fighter. To identify them, to write a small work on them. So we have to plan our own structure according to our subject, because the same plan can't be implemented in each and every subject. Need of social science is different as compared to maths. Needs of math is totally different as compared to English. We have to ensure grade-wise, subject-wise, unit-wise detailing of innovative pedagogy to be used through preparation of structured lesson plan. Lesson plan is heart of teaching learning process. If we are preparing our lesson plan in a scientific way, in a proper way, we will not deviate We know what we have to do in that 40 minutes in that particular class. If today's in my lesson plan is that I'll be conducting quiz on the topic taught in the last 3 days, I'm going to conduct quiz there itself. It's not that I will switch over to something else. So proper lesson plan, if it's not there, innovative pedagogy cannot be practiced. We will go for those traditional method of teaching, one-sided teaching. Teaching won't be interactive. Children will get bored. They may sleep they may go to the artificial sources, and even in the evening, they may park their bicycle in their private secretary's home. If we have a proper lesson plan with innovative pedagogy, it is obvious our teaching will be interesting, interactive, and children will enjoy and will understand very easily in a joyful atmosphere. They won't be hesitant to ask their problems if they have anywhere. So we have to develop content related to art, sports, and ICT with education, with the help of concerned teachers as well as art, sports, and ICT teachers, because they may help us, guide us to develop such project where there is art integration, where there is sports integration, where there is use of ICT. Because again, I do repeat, CBSE focuses a lot on art integration. If you recall your memory, in the last sessions, Jharkhand was tagged with Goa, and children were supposed to make projects on the basis of art integration over there. And this all plan must be developed in the month of April, May. As such, by June, each and every teacher is clear about pedagogical plan for the current session. And each and every teacher will move forward accordingly, and all sections, every class will move parallel to each other. We have to ensure once the plan has been made, disseminated to the teachers, it is being implemented also. If any of the activity was not done, there should be a good reason why it was not done. If not, it will become a habit. If we have planned 2 activities every month, say 20 in a year, and we are skipping, what children has got? Nothing. Again, boring teaching, again, rote learning, again, losing interest, and taking support of Baijus, Vedantus. And if the children will take help of Baijus and Vedantus, what for are we then? What is the role of we teacher then? So we have to monitor the progress at least on a monthly basis, reach out to the board for any training needs. They ask, even in Sahodaya, we can put what are the training needs. We have to go for proper maintenance of record. So we have to maintain records for the preparation of plan and the progress in the implementation. And this is very, very important, because schools are required to produce this record for extension and upgradations of affiliation of the school from this academic year itself. So if we don't have proper records of all these activities, all these plans, it may affect the affiliation of the school. It may happen the affiliation may not be renewed. So it is not the responsibility only of the principal or the management. It is the responsibility of the teacher also. If all teachers are working according to the plan, the school will never face such problems in near future. So, teacher is a pedagogical leader, influences what happens in the classroom by fostering an organizational climate where teachers and other staff members optimize learning opportunities for children and strive to improve their own practices. Pedagogy is the art and the science of teaching with an emphasis on disposition and behavior of teachers and their interaction with children. Pedagogical leadership can apply to all levels of classroom from pre-primary to senior secondary. Teachers as pedagogical leader may keep the collective focus of the teachers and families of students on holistic child development and ensure its achievement through active pedagogical plans by leading and guiding schools throughout the academic year. So when we speak of good teacher, it means that teacher must be a model of faith and piety and should have fairly good knowledge. A teacher should consider it his duty to educate and train his students and should feel responsible for it because that is for we are paid. He should feel that his students have been entrusted to them and he should avoid any breach of trust. The society has reposed in him. He should be able to be sociable person with his roots in the society. People should take him as their well-wisher and sincere friend who cares for their children. It should be ascertained at all cost that a candidate for this profession has a natural acumen and aptitude for teaching. We should be teacher by choice, not by chance. Then only a teacher can enjoy teaching. Teachers need to actively participate in social activities in a positive way and know the art of teaching with deep insight into child psychology. Always dealing with students in a just manner, not losing any self-control is an important part of being teacher. Respecting the students, feeling ego and trying to understand and resolve their difficulties with grace is important in being a teacher. He should be able to smile in the face of better criticism on his opinion and should not feel ashamed or humiliated to accept his mistake wholeheartedly because no one is perfect. Anyone can do mistake. And if we have done that and someone is suggesting, we have to accept it wholeheartedly because that feedback, if it's being given, that is going to help me to become a much better teacher. He should be proud of his culture, his national race, national language. He should be a missionary, mentor, a reformer, and a guide beside being dedicated tutor. In other words, he should be a perfect teacher and a perfect education. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. That's all from my side. I thank you all to listen me patiently. Bharat sir, you are requested to give the link for the feedback. In between, any of you want to share the best practices which you feel should be shared in this very common platform? You are most welcome. You can unmute and you can speak. Once again, I request if any of you want to share the best practices which is in practice in your school, please come forward. We have 5 to 7 minute time.